Oh, what that dying. This is the voice. The voice of the patriot, and here we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll do that on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the block. Yes. My name is Blakk Rasta, Ghana's #1, and I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love you. The voice of the patriot. And remember, this is the headquarters of the truth. We speak truth to power. And today we have a number of issues we want to look at. Now, the very first story we are looking at today is taken from Ghana Web, and it says details emerge on how FIC, not GRA, froze Richard Nii Armah Quaye's accounts. And I read, now multiple reports emerged on Monday, March 24, 2025, that the accounts of Ghanaian business mogul Richard Nii Armah Quaye have been frozen by the Ghana Revenue Authority following investigations into his tax compliance. Now, the reports indicated that the alleged freezing of the accounts was due to inconsistencies in his tax payment records. Ghana Web, however, has learned that the freezing of the accounts was not ordered by the Ghana Revenue Authority, but rather by the state leading anti-money laundering institution, the Financial Intelligence Center, FIC. Now, sources at the FIC told Ghana Web that the directive to freeze the bank accounts of the chief executive officer of Bills Microcredit was issued on Friday, March 22, 2025. Now, on Monday, March 2024, 2025, Richard Nii Armah, in the presence of his legal team and other officials, was extensively interrogated by officials of the FIC and the Bank of Ghana. Ghana Web sources indicate that the freezing of the accounts of the man who was interest in over 29 companies does not imply any wrongdoing on the part, but forms part of the FIC's investigations of him, which has been ongoing for months. Richard Nii Armah Quaye was the focus of a massive birthday party on Saturday, March 22, 2025. Richard Nii Armah, my brother, my sister, is the new kid on the block. Richard Nii Armah Quaye is his name. My brother, my sister, he is the new kid on the block. Oh my God, have mercy. And when we look at these things happening around the country, we are very interested in issues like this: money laundering, corruption, stealing, wanton display of impudence and impunity. We can only applaud a case like this. Now, why is it that all of a sudden there are focused lights on Nii Armah's activities? He threw the most expensive birthday party in the history of this country. Not even when Ghana was celebrating its independence in 1957 did we see the wanton display of opulence like we saw at Richard Nii Armah Quaye's birthday. My brother, my sister, there's a popular saying: if you have it, flaunt it. He decided to come out. We were told, not confirmed though, that he spent millions of American dollars on his birthday party, 40th birthday. He booked the Independence Square, we were told, for 25 days. And a big chunk of the number of days they used to set up the place. My brother, my sister, it's never happened in the history of this country. Not even the independence of Ghana that was celebrated right there. The old polo grounds took 25 days to set up. Yesterday, as I drove past the place, they were still packing the remnants of the party. My brother, my sister, so many celebrities were flown from near and far. Some of them visiting Ghana for the very first time, at least boosting tourism in the country. Money was sprinkled like pekple at Homowo. I am happy for those who picked up the pekple at this special Homowo. My brother, my sister, now the party is over and the chickens are coming home to roost. My brother, my sister, in this country we have no respect for the GRA. Ghana Revenue Authority, we are the first to go out and blame governments for the dark roads and the potholes on our streets, yet we are the least when it comes to paying taxes. Every Ghanaian wants to evade tax. Every Ghanaian hates taxes, yet we want all the good things to come from the government. In fact, left to some Ghanaians, even dead bulbs in their rooms should be replaced by the government. Yet, we are so hating of taxes. Where would the government make the money? And if the government goes out to beg, we are the first people to come out and make noise about this begging. My brother, my sister, a man threw a birthday party that was said to be in excess of $5 million American dollars. In a country that sees a lot of poor people, able bodies who are so unemployed. Money is hard to find in this country. Like salt is difficult to find in clear waters. My brother, my sister. So the FIC decides to step in and find out how this man made his money. Should we not applaud the FIC? I am sure that Richard Nii Armah Quaye is clean. That is why he decided to come out and throw such a big birthday party. So whatever comes out of it, I applaud. After this, I am begging the GRA to also step in and see if the man is paying his taxes right. It's not about the man. It is about the taxes of our nation. It's all in the interest of our country. We saw Nam1 coming the other day, throwing money on the streets. At his birthday parties, he sprinkled money. But the kind of money sprinkling we saw was not like the Homowokekle. This was like a whole rainstorm. Money was falling at a 40th birthday anniversary. Don't we have the right to find out how this man made his money? The source of the money. Money that presidents have not been able to spend on their own birthdays. Not even Mugabe, who was said to be that opulent. Not even Mobutu Sese Seko Kuku Ngbendi was a banger. Not even the president of Equatorial Guinea, Nguesso Mbasogo Nguema. My brother, my sister, not even Houphouët-Boigny, not even the president of Togo, who just went by the other day, and I'm talking about Gnassingbé Eyadema. My brother, my sister, as you were told, not even Mobutu Sese Seko Kuku Ngbendi was a banger. True, such a luxurious party. But does it mean we cannot do it? We can do it. But we should also be ready to answer questions as to how we made such wealth. In a country where pastors are doing a lot of money laundering, a lot of these churches in Ghana, my brother, my sister, are not churches. They are money laundering tools and outfits. A lot of Ghanaian and Nigerian pastors claim they are pastors in churches, but they are using the building and the institution to launder money, and we know that. Maybe your pastor is a money launderer. Pastors have become the most opulent in our country. Meanwhile, when you go to their churches, in fact, when they even call for collection and donations, they don't get up to 2,000 Ghana cedis, yet they drive Rolls Royces. Some even have private jets. You wonder where the money is coming from. And when you want to investigate them, they say, touch not the anointed. Anointed my foot. Richard Nii Armah Quaye, please, with all love and respect, I am not here to moralize it on you, to tell you what to do with your money. It is unto you, because I believe you worked hard to make this money. Please comply and aid the investigations going on. We want to know how you made your money. Unlike Cheddar, who told us not to be interested in how he made his money, such effrontery, such disrespectful behavior, and this one too wanted to be president. Such a joker. Cheddar told us we should not be interested in how he made his money. That is not what is on the table, but that he wanted to be president. He's been quiet for some time now. Come and talk. If you don't know what to do with your money, Ghanaians will show you, will teach you. You will be quiet, because when you look at your coffers and the coffers are drying up, common sense will knock at your door. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do with their money. I don't have the money that they have. To be honest with you, I wish I was also invited and given the million sum. I have a lot of orphans to feed. In fact, my folks in the village are waiting for me. Anytime my salary lands, they call me and I have to send money to them. So if I was also invited, I would have gone and collected the money. But again, we want to know, how did you make the money? Is it true money laundering? My brother, I am not sure that the FIC will just jump in and prima facie investigations alone will be enough for them to freeze accounts just like that, unless they smell a fish. If there's a fish, the FIC will let us know. And if it's gone beyond the fish and it's mamone, we would know. Please, let us start investigating a lot of these people who made money within hours. 2 hours ago, they were so poor, begging us for 2 cedis. Now, after 2 hours, they have houses by waterfronts. In fact, they are buying private jets. We want to know how all of a sudden you have become so rich. We want to understand your kind of business. We want to know. I'm not saying that is the case with Richard Nii Armah Quaye, lest you put words in my mouth. All I'm saying is that let us investigate some of these things. At the end of the day, I am interested in this issue, and I'm going to send a message. In fact, I'm going to call the FIC and be more interested in this issue. When #1 came and was throwing money around, I benefited from the money. I'm happy that I got part of the money. I'm happy you would also be telling me that, yes, you got part of the money and you were happy. At the end of the day, where is #1? His business was collapsed. I'm not going to talk about #1 today, but in our country, we refuse to comply. We love to rob Peter and pay Paul, and that is wrong. I hear many people say, yes, they want to collapse the man's business. A young man has come, he's made his money. Please don't be ignorant, don't be stupid. It is good that the authorities are working. FIC, some of you are hearing about them for the first time. We didn't even know there was anything called NSB until a certain corrupt thief came out owning over 30 houses. My brother, my sister, and his bank accounts were as fat as Bonsu, aka the whale. Small boys, and they make money as if they were money charmers. And we want to investigate them, and there's trouble. In our country, hard work never pays. Forget about it when they say hard work pays. Not in Ghana. It's laziness and corruption that pay in Ghana, not hard work. Please investigate them. GRA, please do your work, and let's see who is stealing from us and who is corrupt and who is doing what. To the President Mahama government, we applaud you. We love you. In fact, I am glad the president did not appear at the party. You know why? He would have been complicit in whatever investigations are going on. Am I making sense? I leave it here. Now the next story I want to look at is equally very disastrous. It is hot. And I need you to come along. This one is coming from Ghana Web. And I read, NDC came into power to persecute, arrest political opponents. And this is minority leader lamenting. I read, now the minority leader Alexander Kwame Afenyomarkin has accused the John Dramani Mahama-led government of being focused on persecuting officials of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Speaking in Parliament on Thursday, March 25, on Tuesday, I beg your pardon, Tuesday, that's yesterday, March 25, 2025, he stated that the government should focus on implementing policies to address the country's economic challenges. They came into government with no clear plans to create jobs. They came into office with no clear plans for the fisher folk of our country. They came into government with no clear plans for the farmers of our country. They only came to persecute, arrest political opponents, and deny them their basic fundamental human rights. It is clear that the government came into being to kill private sector initiatives. That is why they are unable to tell us about a single initiative for the private sector. What is the work of the trades minister? They say they have an advisor for the 24-hour economy. What is his role? He noted. People like Afenyomarkin are dangerously hypocritical. In fact, they are the friends of Satan. My brother, your dirty government sat on the destinies of Ghanaians for 8 solid years, relegating us to the backdrop. Your dirty, corrupt government, the Nana Addo Bawumia government, has no legacy but a legacy of lies and dirty corruption. This guy still has the mouth to speak. The other day, Honorable Blakk Rasta was being vetted. He mentioned that this guy also was part of the loot and share in terms of grabbing state lands. He's quiet. My brother, this is what they always say. Concentrate on your policies and leave the thieves alone. My brother, my sister, not this time round. All the thieves shall be chased into their rat holes. We shall enter into the rat holes, smoke them out, and let bullets journey through their dirty brains. Look, apart from the days of Rawlings, where we saw a lot of arrests, seemingly to arrest corrupt people, this is the time that I feel great as a Ghanaian, and thanks so much to John Dramani Mahama. Mahama has been in opposition. He understands what it means to be in opposition. As a former president, none of you has that experience. He's been in opposition, as a former president, and he's made it again into the presidency. My brother, you can't teach old dogs new tricks. Raid all of them, catch all of them, smoke them from out of their rat holes. This guy here is saying, oh, private sector investment, they are trying to collapse that. What is private sector investment to do with somebody, an appointee who has over 30 houses to his name, embezzled over 7 million American dollars that was supposed to be a contract sum to benefit the nation? When guys like this are being chased, then you sit down there and say, concentrate on your policies. Are you human or are you inhuman? When the National Service Secretariat had 1 trillion ghost names dancing in their payroll, you didn't have anything to say about it. Your dirty, corrupt government got out of power with a legacy of lying and corruption. You won't shut up. Why can't we rope all these Afenyoma kings and all these guys in? Raid their homes. All of them, one after the other. This is the time I feel more Ghanaian. I see people being chased left, right, and center, but chasing them is not enough. Let's prosecute them, find them guilty, and let them suffer for bringing Ghanaians this far, so much into hell. If governance was all about borrowing the way Bawumia and Ado did, my brother, Atai could be president of Ghana. If governance was all about borrowing wantonly without any common sense of patriotism, my brother, any madman on the streets of Accra could be president of this country. We voted corrupt people into power. They left us with nothing. Today they want us to build statues for them. Very soon Cecilia Dapa would have a statue in her hometown because she's come to build one borehole for them. From the millions that were found under her bedroom and in rat holes and cockroach holes, they built a statue for the other woman, Mami Tiwa. Thank God they crashed it down. Now she has emerged again to continue with whatever she began. Hallelujah. What a country. To Afenyoma King, listen, you can do all the politics you want, but the day of reckoning is here. Nothing will save you, not even propaganda. Now the final story is dicey, but we shall deal with it. Watch this. I'm reading this from my Joy Online, and it says, Mahama consults Council of State on petitions to remove Chief Justice. And I read, President John Dramani Mahama has begun consultations with the Council of State following the submission of 3 petitions seeking the removal of the Chief Justice, Gertrude Saki Tokuno. According to a statement from Minister for Government Communications, Felix Kwachi Ofosu, the 3 petitions have been forwarded to the Council of State in line with the constitutional process outlined in Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution. While details of the petitions remain undisclosed, the development signals the beginning of a formal process that will lead to the significant changes within Ghana's judicial system. What is Gertrude Tokuno sitting there for? Why? Why on earth is Gertrude Tokuno sitting there for? My brother, this is a woman who has no respect for patriotism in this country. She's overly partisan. When she was brought into the melee, I was one of those who applauded her. I love to see women rise in a country that has the least respect for women. Anytime I see a woman rise, my heart skips several beats in ecstasy and jubilation. Hallelujah. I know how hard my mother worked, but she never got rewarded for all her sweat. So when I see another woman getting rewarded for her hard work, my brother, I take it like it's a compensation for my mother's hard work. I love women, but not corrupt, thieving women, not dishonest women, not women who have several millions of hard currency under their beds and rat holes, not women who rob Maslog and run all the way to America or England trying to evade justice. Not those ones. My brother, Gertrude Tokono should have long been relegated to the hole that Nana Addo finds himself right now. Nana Addo appointed her. Correct, beautiful. First thing she did was to run to the church and thank God for where she found herself. She was seen to be a no-nonsense woman, a woman whose heart beat for Ghana. In no time, her true chameleon colors started to show in various plumes. Number one, LGBTQI+. Parliament had settled on it. Nana Addo was supposed to append the signature. What did she say about it? She started pussyfooting. She was pussyfooting on this issue. At the end of the day, she gave Nana Addo some respite to run away from his obligations. What happened? That bill was never signed. Nana Addo told the whole world in the presence of the American vice president who came here, forgotten the name, not interested in the name. Kamala Harris. See Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris, yes. Nana Addo stood in front of this woman after he had seen a fact check, telling the whole world, wait and see what will happen to that bill. That bill will finally have to land on my table. Watch me play gymnastics with them. Little did we know that the gymnastics that we thought of was going to be right on the table of Gertrude Tokono. That bill was never signed, thanks to the pussyfooting of Gertrude Tokono. My brother, my sister, she found a way of keeping that document away from the president. That is not in the interest of democracy, is it? My brother, my sister, many more things Gertrude Tokono did. If I want to recount them, you will never have your lunch. But let me go a little bit into that. Do we all remember E-Levy? Did she have a hand in the E-Levy thing? My brother, my sister, they played gymnastics with us, flew left, right, and center in chartered flights, brought home MPs who were on an AWOL to come home and vote, including one who was almost dying. They brought him in an ambulance, air-conditioned ambulance with gas streams fixed onto his nostrils and every other orifice in his body. Hallelujah. We all saw that. They didn't care about the health of their ministers. They didn't care about the health of their MPs. They were only interested in their thumbprint in order to move on with their dirty agenda. My brother, my sister, we will never forget E-Levy. They gave us a raw deal. They told us that E-Levy was going to help us run away from the IMF begging. A few days after E-Levy was passed, look what happened. And to justify their E-Levy, they told Mahama, if you cancel it, your government will suffer. Mahama said, let it suffer. Criminals. He abolished it. Right? We are waiting to see the government suffer. We are chasing all the thieves into their dens. Ali Baba and the 40 thieves shall be smoked out one after the other until the 40th thief is arrested, long after Ali Baba himself has been arrested. Ali Baba and the 40 thieves, E-Levy graduates, LGBTQI plus graduates. To God be the glory. As for Getri Tokono, get out! What are you sitting there for? After being overly partisan, you are waiting to be sacked before you go. If I were you, I would live with your boss, your dwarfish boss. Go with him. I'll leave it here.